Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? This is Bima's Crafty Corner, and I am Bima, better known as El. And today we are working on our detective album journal. So let's just walk through why we're calling this an album really quick. So what we're using is this. It's from Heartfelt Creations. They're no longer in business. So this is it's a memory album, and usually used for photographs and that kind of thing. And what we're doing is we're using the in-between spots to put in our journal and using the fins to decorate. And we're also using some of these pockets and flip fold inserts. Some of these are quite large, 21 and a half by 15 inches, 21 by 11.75. So very large pieces here. And so we're using that. And since this is no longer, in production, I did promise that I would make one and put the video for it, and I have. I've replicated it for you, and there is a video coming out for this. And pretty basic construction. And here is ours that we're doing. This is the one that we're working on. And this is the first fin, and it flips out now. Hi, Harry. Has a couple of pockets. I'm talking to him again. This is our first signature that's going to go right here. Harry, get down. There's no room on the desk for you, my dear. Get down. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. This is the second fin. We just put a big pocket on it. More writing space. This is the second section, which we are working on, so we'll take that out. This is the third fin, and it's got a big belly band on it. And when you open it up, it has a flip. This is part of that flip fold pieces. This is part of the flip fold pieces. This is part of the flip fold pieces. This side opens up this way. This is one of the flip fold pieces that we just added, in here with a little journal card, and there's some writing space behind it. Lots of writing space here. This is part of the flip fold. This is just a journaling card that we put in there. This is part of the flip folds, and this is just a paper clip that we made. And you can see that opens up, and it's got a little pocket and a journaling card in there. We're just using the paper clip to keep it shut so that it doesn't, cause any issues. This is the back of that little flip fold, and there's a belly band, little mini belly band here. This is the third signature, which I did off camera. This is part of the flip folds with a little tag, and then when you flip this one over, we have this, which is part of the flip folds, and then we have a 3D belly band in here. So that is where we are. And we have this one that we're working on. And that's Harry. He got in trouble the other night, so he's being very sucking up. Harry, Mommy can't work with you on the desk. Yeah, I can't. You're too big. You're not a little teeny kitty. You're a big, huge cat. Okay? So I need you to get down. Come on, get down. I'll get you some treats. Food is a great motivator for you. Come on. Come on. It's going to take Auntie Carla's to get you off the desk. All right. Auntie Carla's it is. Let's go. There you go. Yep. They're down there. Come on. Whoa, you're a big boy. There you go. Okay, so let's get out all the stuff, all of our goodies that we are using. This paper, more paper, cardstock, we got paper. Okay. Let's get the rubber band off and we'll talk about this signature here. So on this one, we started off with some writing space. And then when you open this up, we've got some tags, more writing space. Doop. We have more journaling cards, more writing space, lots of writing space. A little kind of hidden tuck in there. More writing space. This is the stacked pockets or belly bands. You could do this two ways, and I have a video coming out on this, and it is coming out soon. This one comes out soon. Let me check my list. Here we go. It's this one. And it comes out on the 18th. So just in about 6 days. So a week from Monday is going to be this one, I think, or Wednesday. I might have put it in as a Wednesday video or Thursday video. Who knows? And then we have another page with the tag. And this little flip out here. This is a paper clip. And this folds down. And then there's a little hidden pocket tuck in right there. Turn the page. You've got a couple of stacked pockets. You've got some writing space, more writing space. This little paper clip actually said joy or something on it. We took the enamel piece off of it and we punched out this little eye and put that on there. And it's got a little bit of, what are those things called? Glossy accents. Got a little glossy accents on it. And I thought that, it was kind of cool. And we're using it as a tab. This is a card from a game called Faces. And I thought he looked like Sherlock Holmes. So we're using him. And then this is our center spread. Turning the page, we've got another belly band. We've got a card here. This came from this pack. Midnight Garden from Prima. Most of these are not acceptable for this, but this one was, and I think we actually used 2 out of here. But I didn't want the roses and stuff, I think we used this one as well. It's possible we used one of those. But, no, we used this one. I remember, we used this one. But we used that because it kind of worked overall. And then we have more writing space. This is part of the flip folds. And when you take this little card out, that flips open. And otherwise, it's kind of holding it in. And that wraps around and creates this pocket. And then we have this, which this was inspired by Nicole. Hi, Christine. This flips up and it flips down. And then there's a journaling card at the top and writing space. And then down here, we have a little Velcro writing space that goes in this pocket at the bottom. And we're using a paper clip to hold that up. I'm not really worried about the top because, in a book that gravity's going to hold that. And then we are right here and we're working on this part. And that leaves us off where we were yesterday, which is where I cut this out of a piece of cardstock. This one's paper, but I cut it out of cardstock, and I was able to make this little folio piece. And then I took an actual page out of the kit for this and just reduced it down to journaling size and made a couple of journaling cards. I did this off camera so that we could use this as a tuck. And we have this piece right here, which is going to go on here, kind of like this. And then this is going to be able to slide in. So we need to put something on here and then put this in, and that'll finish this page. And then we're going to move over here to Watson. So we need to figure out what we're doing with this. So let's get this out of the way and let's get started. All right. I think we could just use like something like this. So let's just kind of rough that out. going to work. Okay, I'm going to trim off this white part. And then we'll get this cut. Now, since this is like a tricky kind of cut, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it to fit and then trim. So let's put it on the back. Right there, just like that. And then we'll trace it with a pencil. If I can find my pencil. There it is. Ooh, that's a lot of lead. Okay, so trim this out. Okay, now we have to figure out how to get that on there and give it a little bit of a border. So let's try that. Never know how it's going to work out until you do it, you know? So I'm going to take this just a little bit more down. And let's see how we did. Okay, it's better than a sharp stick in the eye. All right, so let's get this inked. Morning, my love.
Morning, gorgeous.
He's blind in the morning. We can tell. Hi, Francis! You're hiding? All right, so we're going to get this on here. We have very minimal borders, but we're going to try to get this on here in a way that we actually have borders everywhere. Okay. There we go. We got it on there. That's tricky. All right, let's bring our page back over. Hope we didn't do too much damage to this design of this thing. Nah, we're good. All right, glue on both of these diagonal angles. And then we will get that on there. Do do do. Do do do. All right, that side's down. This side's down. And hopefully that fits in. All right. So now we're going to work on Dr. Watson. So we need to make a journaling card out of him, and then we're going to work on this page. So we'll set that over there, let it dry, and we're going to work on him. Okay. I'm going to grab a piece of my cracked files just to rough this up because it is a shiny card. And I kind of want to give it, some place to put some tooth into it so that it stays on. Glue. Put that on there. Looks fabulous. I'm going to trim it out. I think I even managed to get this one straight. Holy crap. How did that happen? Right? All right. Now, let's round corners. Then we'll do some quick measures so we can put writing space on the back. This one is 2.5 by 3 3/4. So 2 1/4 by 3.5. 2 1/4 by 3.5. Two and a quarter. Three and a half. We're going to let the paper do a little bit of the decorating itself. We'll round these. Ink. And then fit for size. Fabu. Let's go ahead and add that. All right. So now we have a Dr. Watson journaling card. Don't know where we're putting it or how we're putting it on here, but we're going to do it. All right. So we're going to be adding him here. Now, we added Sherlock with a paper clip. So we might just do that with him and get a paper clip and add him. But let's do some work on the page first. I'm going to close up the glue because it's actually working today, and I don't want to jinx that. All right. So let's do some washi tape on here. I'm going to see if I can get some ink on here. Now, I would be honest if I said that the easiest way to do this would probably be to take your piece of plastic that you store your washi tape on and just come in and ink this. And then we'll put some glue on it. Get it on the page. So how's everybody? What are we doing today? Are we just working or are we going to the grocery store? What are we doing today? And then I'm going to put the rest of this piece on the plastic so I have it for later. It's a great way to store washi tape pieces when you've used it, but you still have enough to use. Okay, now This needs something. No idea. No idea. We're going to find something. We do have this. Little piece. If we trim around it, we might be able to use this. Right, so let's get rid of that. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. And that's going to give us that, but it needs to be a little bit bigger. Okay, I'm going to take a little off on that side and a little off on that side. We're going to ink this. See how this works. And then we're going to ink this. That'll work for me. Here, a little bit of glue. Alrighty. So I had a very nice time last night. I had a Facebook call with Miss Michelle and Miss Rose King. I think she's coming back to crafting. For a while, she kind of gave it up, and I think she's coming back. And she has a lot to offer, and she's the polar opposite of me. She's very frou-frou and pink. Very frou-frou and pink, but it's a lot. It's a nice contrast. I don't think that's quite straight. I'm gonna see if it curves. Let me see if I can straighten it. Yeah, it had a curve to it. Okay, there we go. And then we're gonna put this on. And this is actually all from the same piece of paper, so there's no lift on this. See, 1 minute the glue bottle works, and the next minute it goes bleh. I gotta try those Sugarbill bottles. Everybody tells me to use them. Okay, so we're gonna put that right there. 221B. Hi, Sash. How's the pain in the butt today? I'll regret calling her that someday, but that day's not today. Okay, now we do have these, and I thought this is kind of cool. We could do this maybe instead of using a paper clip. We could put this on here and then put him in there. Let's see if he fits. He fits. Let's do that. Where's my bone? Here, Boney. Boney. Come here, Boney. Hi. How you doing, Miss Norma? Okay, so we're going to put this down here. Here we go. Get it on there. I don't know why I hold these things. It's glitter glue. This is already dry, but See, and he fits in there perfectly. I like it. All right, we're going to go ahead and move to the next page. I might come back to this because I'm still thinking there's something here that needs to be done. But, so now we're going to start this page. And I also did a couple of the journaling cards. Again, these were actually little file folders. And I just cropped the picture so I could get the images because I liked the images. They're pretty thick because they're on 110-pound cardstock, and then they have cardstock on the back, plus they were printed on cardstock. So these are pretty heavy duty. And then I had these little tickets too. I don't know what the hell we're going to do with them, but we'll play with them. Maybe we'll make a paperclip out of this. Do a paperclip. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Or could use it as a tab. Just add something to the other side. But that means it would have to be down here, and I don't want to do that. But this one is written, it goes that way. So it would have to be on that side. It would have to be on that side. So we have to think about these things. All right, we have Mr. Sherlock right here. Let's get him out of there. Let's see. Which one of these is good for this? Shit, that one is pretty damn good. There we go. All right, we got Mr. Sherlock. Don't know what we're going to do with him, but there he is. What else? Just one. I would just like to find one correct pipe, Okay, let's trim this out. Let's try to trim it out and get all the white. Be home the end of July. Well, that's getting extended. What am I supposed to do in the meantime? I'm running out of dishes. It's kind of an inside joke, y'all. Sandy likes to wash the dishes. It's a thing. Like, I have a dishwasher, and she prefers to do them by hand. So, And Mike and I kind of joke, if you put a fork in there very quietly, she hears it. There's a fork. There's dishes in the sink. I must go wash them now. All right. So I'm going to put this on. Right there. And then we're going to add this little pipe, which is the wrong pipe for Sherlock, but, it's very hard to, for some reason, digital designers don't like, I don't know, maybe the pipe is copyrighted. Okay. Add that, just like that. And then I'm going to put him at the bottom. Why not, right? And you know what? If I put him, no, I don't want to make it too big, but I could. Let's see. Let me see if I have a punch for that. Let me see. I've got to, right? I've got every punch under the sun. I don't know if this is bigger. Let's see. Yep, that's bigger. Okay, let's see here. Let's grab a piece of cardstock. Punch that out. We'll glue him on and then turn this into a tuck. Okay. There we go. Then we'll put him here. We're going to glue him from there to there. Not quite straight because we don't want, we want some visual interest. And then tuck in a journal card. Yeah, that'll work. Freaking faboo. I like it. I think. All right, now. So this one we can use as a tag, as a tab, but it goes that way. And then it would be blank on the back. So we have to figure out something to do on the back. And I mean, that's easy enough, right? We just need a small scrap of paper that we can glue on there. And then we'll trim it out. We can use this little card as a tab, because we got tabs going down the side, so we could just add this as a tab. All right, so let's trim this off. Using those great measuring skills today, can you tell? Boop. Okay, rounding the corners. Close enough for hand grenades and horseshoes. Take that ticket slot out. There we go. Ink. Ink the other side. Just the tab, though. All right. Now, if we glue that on there, like that, it becomes a tab. So let's glue that on. All right, let's see. Yep, now we got a tab. All right, and it adds to the visual interest. Bye, Sash. Kick her in the ass for me, would you? Let her know I care. All right, so let's add some washi tape up here. Anybody see what I did with the damn pin? There it is. I have no idea how it is that you take one little pin and you take it out, you put it on your desk. My desk is not a mess by comparison today. It's pretty good. And then, you know, I lose it. All right, so what are we going to do here? We need some washi tape. I think we're going to go with this one. Yes, yes, okay. Not quite all the way across the page. Glue. Glue stick. It's about the only use I have for glue stick, I swear. This and gluing book pages together when I'm trying to, you know. I was watching a video the other day somebody sent me. This woman was very happy, very proud of herself because she managed to make paper out of paper. Yeah, that's what I said. She glued together 2 sheets of book page, and she titled the video something like "Making Paper Out of Book Pages." It's paper. Paper's paper. All right. No. No, 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 no. That was a no-no. That's a no-no. All right, let's see what we got. No. It just, I think it needs something here. Let's do this. And that. All right, then we're gonna get this on here. Come here, you little fiddly thing. You know. Oh yeah, I need to mention that. Here it is. All right, so some of you in your sale shipment are going to receive a little thing that looks like this. It's just a little tin with some stuff in it, little plastic tub. When you get this, I need you to test it. Try it out. Use a palette knife and a stencil or something like that, or you can just smear it on a piece of paper. I don't care. But test this, try it out, let me know what you think. It's a video we have coming up. And I want to make sure that it's right. It's my own version of a design team. I send you stuff, you play with it, and then you tell me, you know, whether or not it's any good. Okay, let's see. There. This one goes like this. Let's get some ink on here. Just there like that. All right, let me grab one of these. Let's get a piece of this. Hey. Cut in there. Cut this down just a little bit. It's a little wide. Older tape was thinner, you know. Cut that piece off. And cut this piece off. And then I'm gonna put this over here. Where's it? There it is. Okay. All right. So if you get a little white, a little clear and white tub in your stuff, if you would be so kind as to simply, you know, use the product and then just get back to me, email, instant message, whatever. Just let me know what you think. I'd appreciate it. And if you would like to abstain from doing these types of things for me, just let me know. Because I just pick people at random and send them out, you know. But if it's not something that you want to do, then let me know. All right. I'm good to turn. How many pages do we have left? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pages left to do, which means we can get this thing in. Start sewing it in on Wednesday. I don't know. I might do a special video on Saturday. Who knows? All right. So now, let's figure out what we're doing. This thing's a pain in the butt, I'm telling you. If you don't get it in there just perfect and get it just flat, it overshoots the mark. And that's a pain in the butt. Look, I know it's a little frilly, but I kind of like the idea of it. Right, I'm going to ink this. And then we're going to glue this down. Helps when you're gluing if you take the pin out of the bottle. Just a little, you know, pro tip from somebody who's definitely not a pro. All right, I'm going to put this on here. Like that. Yes, yes, okay. Trim this one side, trim the top, trim side, trim top. Round corner. Love that big corner rounder. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. We're going to put this right here. All right, so down one side and across the bottom. Not the side we rounded the corner on. Yeah. did that. Needs a card or a tag or something, you know. We'll do this one, but we're going to have to back it on something. So let's put a pin in it because we're going to have to come back to that. And then we have 4 more pages, so we might be able to get this done this week. All righty. So what did we do? We finished this page today. We did this one. We did this one. We did this one. And we started on this one. So we did pretty good today. But I'm going to call it quits for today because my head is starting to really hurt, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to go lay in a cold, dark room for about an hour. All right. So that is the end for today. We will come back to this. I might do a live tomorrow. Don't forget we have a live tonight. Tonight is Thursday, so it's art therapy. So we'll be doing an altered book or, you know, whatever it is you want to play with. It doesn't have to be an altered book. I'm doing an altered book, but I might not even be doing the altered book. Last week I did a canvas. Who knows? So, but we're going to be doing some art therapy tonight. Just some nice, calm, whatever's on your desk, add it to a project, kind of free-flowing, sit around and shoot the shit kind of night. Okay? Now, that being said, what do we have going on? Anybody know? I do. Because, you know, I have a list. All right, so I'm currently posting videos through the end of September, the end of August, beginning of September. The list is available both in the post or community tab or whatever they're calling it now here on YouTube. Also on the Facebook group. What do we have? Well, tonight we have art therapy. Tomorrow we have a craft with me. It is actually posted. We're doing something. I just don't remember what it was, but we're doing something. Then we have mixed media on Saturday. Sunday we have the game. And then Monday, it's a 3-file folder folio. It's also my daughter and granddaughter's birthday. Yay! Then the Slot Pockets comes out on Wednesday. So that's that pocket that has kind of the weird tuck on the side. And there's another version of it where it's stacked. And that video is coming out next Wednesday. Let's see, what else? I'm actually doing a cluster video. That's coming out soon. And what else? What else? What else? What else? I don't know. I'm going to see if I can do this. Hold on. Can I do it? Nope. Can't do it while I'm live. Okay. I think that's everything. So if you are part of the Patreon and you've been at the top tier for more than 60 days, so at least 2 months prior to this, you will be getting your kit. Once I'm sure everybody's gotten their packages, we'll go ahead and schedule. And I think we're going to be doing StreamYard for that one. And you do not have to have a camera, per se. If you just want to participate by watching it, you can just watch. But if you want to just participate, just voice, that works. Or you can jump in and, go full dog and be there for everything. And, join the chat and craft along and show us what you're doing. And, so it's entirely up to you. But that is a really great evening. It is fun. All of my Patreons are just fantastic. And, we'll all be in there and we'll all be having some fun. Don't want to get rid of adventure. Let's see. So if you're new here and I have not yet offended you, go ahead and subscribe. I will eventually. Just wait for it. Right, Mikey? What else? Check out my Ko-Fi. You can pick up some free digitals. Join my Patreon if you're so inclined. I think there's some stuff over there that you can buy. And that's it. So do me 3 favors, okay? 1, stay hydrated. Drink lots of water. Soda doesn't count, neither does coffee. I mean, they hydrate you, but not as well. Drink some water. Stay cool. If you do not have air conditioning or your power, your air conditioning goes out or whatever the problem is, get your butt down to a public building. Go to a post office. not a post office, but go to the library, go to City Hall, go to a large office building. They can't kick you out. That's the point. Especially the library, they can't. The City Hall can't. Go to your local fire department if that's what you've got close by. But stay hydrated, stay cool, and stay well, my friends. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.